Are you okay? You look a bit glum, chum. Are you alright? Is it the women? Are they getting you down? Not being able to find women for you? Oh, you're not really into women. Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's fine. But no wonder you're having trouble finding one. You know, it's gonna be an issue. You know, I know you're looking for help, obviously, in this subject, and I don't think I'm the man for it. You know, I've done alright for myself, if I do say so. But, you know, I think you need someone of a standard higher than myself. One would say maybe you need the help of an alpha male. And, you know, I don't consider myself an alpha male. I consider myself more of just a regular one. One that kind of just roams around doing odd things. So I'm not the guy to help you out. But I do have one. I do have an alpha male. I do put that in quotations because usually, you know, if someone were to be described as an alpha male, they wouldn't be describing themselves as the alpha male. Usually you'd think it'd be someone else. You know, it's like when someone says, I'm funny. Usually that's not the case. Because you don't have to say that you're funny because usually other people are saying it for you, you know. But that's another topic for another day. But I came across this brilliant genius alpha male, Aubrey Huff. I don't know much about him. I think he played baseball, which, who cares? It's baseball. But he's not just a possible baseball player. I'm not 100% sure because I did see comments saying that he was a baseball player and the first baseball player to ever have CTE. But that's, you know, maybe he's not a baseball player. But I'm going to assume he is of what other people are saying. But he's not just that. Okay? He is not just that. He's also a player, an alpha, a sex symbol. But if you're having trouble finding a woman to have relations with, look no further. I'm about to relay some information to you that might just help. Fellas, next time you go up to a woman at a bar, do this. I've done this countless times, and it works 9 out of 10 times. Okay, 9 out of 10? That's pretty good. That's 90%. 90% is high from what I know. I wasn't very good at maths, but I know 90% out of 100%, that's pretty good. The only reason I know that is because I'd look at other people's maths tests and look at their scores and they'd have those higher numbers. I'd usually be down in the 40s. Walk up to the bar and stand confidently next to her. Who? Her? Order your next drink from the bartender and immediately look into her eyes. Hang on, you've lost me there. Am I looking into the bartender's eyes? Is the bartender the woman that we're trying to get? I'm confused. But I guess not, because then that would mean we've crossed the bar. And you never cross the bar, okay? That's illegal. You get shot for that. So I'm assuming we're ordering a drink and then looking into the woman next to us's eyes. Is that correct? Aubrey? I forgot his name already. Aubrey? And don't break contact until she does. So I've got to wrap my little head around this. We order the drink from the bartender. There's a woman next to us that they've walked up to that's at the bar already. She may have ordered, she may have not. Who knows? Who knows? And as we order the drink, we look at her and we already assume that she's looking back at us. So we're locked in a staring competition of sorts. But we don't break contact, eye contact that is, until she does. I think I'm following. I think I've got it so far. It's a little bit disjointed, but I think I've picked it up. While looking into her soul, shout out the bartender confidently. And please, my good sir, get this little temptress whatever she's drinking. So we're working under the assumption that she hasn't bought a drink yet? Because if she was at the bar already, would she have not ordered a drink before you? Possibly? Or is she just standing there for no... She's just standing there, no reason, just... I like standing up at the bar all the time. I don't need to order a drink, I just like the atmosphere up here. Barring that little plot, I like where it's going so far. Introduce yourself in a seductive and deep, confident tone, which intrigues her sexually. Proving you're a confident man, not afraid to ask what he wants. Okay. That's good. That's sound advice. One question. What do I say? Like, I know I've got to do it sexually. You know, when I say, hi, my name is... Do I, like, hump for... What do I do? Do I move my hips? Are the hips involved is what I'm asking. Whether to do the hip thrust or not, I think you should do it, because it kind of portrays it... Yes, I'm open, if you are, and I'm sexually confident and seductive and deep. That's what that kind of usually does. I know you can't see my hips right now, but they're really, really gyrating, and I think that's what you should do when you try this method. Then make an offhand remark, which would make zero sense given the situation. Her curiosity is now piqued. Once again, I love this. I love where this is going. Offhand remark, fantastic. She has no idea what you're talking about, which always is the best way to go. Confusion. But again, I'm asking for the womanless audience out there. What offhand remark do I make? Like, is it like, oh, hello, I'm... Oh, sorry. Can't use this voice. This isn't... It's not going to attract anyone. Hello. Shifty Drongo. Nice to meet you. I love when clouds look like sheep. Hello, my name's Shifty Drongo. The real lacquer on this bar is quite alluring. Well, I mean, I guess the bar one's not that offhand, because you are in a bar and you're seeing that thing right there. See, I'm confused. I'm trying to relay this, Aubrey Huff. I can't really, it's got to come straight from you. If you had a bit more detail here, I could sell it more, but it's really hard to sell at the moment, because you're like, oh yeah, do it, introduce yourself seductively. Tell me how. You're the expert. Make an offhand remark and confuse her. Again, you've supposedly got CTE from playing baseball. You're the expert. Tell us how. When the bartender delivers the drinks, ask him for a napkin and a pen. Alright, well that's one mystery solved. We're not trying to seduce the bartender. The bartender, that's a guy. And, ooh, am I right? While you're writing your name and number on the napkin, speak these words in your best James Bond impression. I'll get to this at the end, but this has got to be a bit, right? I was going to get to the end before I said that, but surely this is a bit. This can't be a real guy. But continuing on the lane of this is 100% real and I'm taking it at face value, which James Bond am I doing? Like, yeah, they're all British, and that's how they speak, actually. I don't know if you've seen the movies. But they're all British, but they've all got their little, different inflections, different cadences. Which one? Who's the sexiest of the Bonds? In terms of voice. I'm not talking about looks, but, because you got your own looks, and that's all you can deal with. You got your looks, you got to use them. But you can change your voice to the James Bond. Which James Bond has the sexiest voice? Which one do we use, Aubrey? Which one? It should be spoken seductively, slowly, calmly, mysteriously, and with a touch of cocky arrogance. Nice to meet you, sweet tits, and thank you for the drink. I'll be sure to get the next one when you meet me later at the bar I'm headed to. A few problems in that. There's not many women... Actually, there's no women that I know, and I know a couple that would adhere to you calling them sweet tits. They wouldn't go, oh, that's sexy. Maybe you'll say it to your significant other when you've known them for a while, and you can kind of have that back and forth, and you go, hey, sweet tits. And it's a funny little thing, and it's, whatever. But when you first meet someone, I've generally found it doesn't work. And I haven't tried that because, again, I don't have the cocky arrogance of someone with CTE, but I don't know anyone who would go, oh, by golly, he's a sexy character. He got me sweet tits. Secondly, you've left her with the tab. That'll go down well, usually. That does go down well. So what I'm trying to relay from Aubrey here to you, people who are trolling bars for women, you want to say just some terrible thing that comes to your head, whatever pops into your head, sweet tits is used here, but it could be really anything. Whore, I don't know, something. Cum slut. And then after they're not intrigued by that, because why would they be? You leave them with the tab, so then they're kind of like following you throughout the night to get back what's theirs. Which is a good way to do it, because I feel like that's the only way this would work, is that they need to follow you around to get a drink off you because you just left them with the tab. Just slide the napkin to her while graciously letting the bartender know to put your drink on her tab. Then simply walk away, leaving the bar. Is that how that works? Is that like an American thing where you can just be like, put it on her tab, and then you can just leave? There's no way in hell I can imagine that working in Australia. America's a whole different fucking planet, so that could probably work. This sounds like a dick move. Sounds like. But you'll be amazed how many times you'll get a text wondering which bar she should meet you at. Yeah, that's because she's trying to get her fucking money back. That's why. Like, you're probably right. That probably does happen a lot because they're trying to get their money back. It's not for the reason that you want it to be like, oh, he's sexy and he's just put his fucking bill onto my credit card. It's usually because they're trying to get the money back from the drink, I'd assume. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. As much as I'm trying to sell this, Aubrey, I can't. And I've never tried to shoot fish in a barrel, but I assume it's easy. And I would say it's not like shooting fish in a barrel, it's more like finding a needle in a haystack. And even that's way less difficult than getting this to work. So I'm sorry, people, if you're here to, figure out how to finally talk to women and get laid. I failed you. I picked the wrong guy. I picked the wrong alpha male. I'm sorry. But can we just cut the crap for 1 second? Okay, let's get serious. This has got to be a bit right? My time on this earth, the more I realise that these people are real, but there's still a bit of me that's like, surely this is a very well thought out bit. But, and no offence to people who play baseball, I can't imagine a baseball player coming up with a bit as good as this. I can't imagine it. But maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. This has got to be a bit. Surely. Like, no one in their right mind would think this would actually work. And the only reason I can see this kind of working in the way that he wants it is because he's like a famous baseball guy, and people know that he's a famous baseball guy. They're like, oh, that's weird, but I'm intrigued. Like, if you were just like a regular Joe Schmo, I don't think that'd work. That would probably result in, I don't know, tear gassing, hopefully. Scrolling down, and I think I found the best reply to this tweet. Your brain will be a great donation to scientific research. And Max, I gotta agree. Anyway, I hope you learned something from this. I hope this video taught you how to approach women in a bar. Insult them, take their money, leave. And if it doesn't work, it's clearly a you problem, right? It's clearly a tried and tested method. 9 out of 10 times? That's high. Anyway, like and subscribe. I'll see you later. And, don't.
Shifty Drongo. I love Shifty Drongo.